Alright, let's dive straight in. Number 9. Cracking your knuckles. That satisfying pop might feel amazing, but here's what's really happening inside your joints. Picture this. Your knuckles are like tiny champagne bottles, and every time you crack them, you're literally creating bubbles that explode. Those popping sounds. That's nitrogen gas bursting in your synovial fluid, the slippery stuff that keeps your joints moving smoothly. Now here's where it gets wild. Your grandmother probably told you it causes arthritis, right? Well, plot twist. Scientists actually studied this for decades, and guess what they found? The arthritis thing is mostly a myth. But, and this is a big but, there's still some sneaky damage happening. That glorious snap. That satisfying crack. It's like a tiny symphony of instant relief, isn't it? But what if I told you that sweet sound is actually your brain playing a dirty trick on you? Every time you crack those knuckles, you're stretching your ligaments like rubber bands. Do it enough times, and just like that old hair tie that's been sitting in your junk drawer, they start getting loose and saggy. This means your grip strength could actually get weaker over time. Here's something that'll blow your mind. There was this doctor who spent 60 years cracking the knuckles on only his left hand, never his right. He wanted to settle the debate once and for all. The result? No difference in arthritis, but his left hand did develop slightly swollen joints and reduced grip strength. Talk about dedication to science. And here's the kicker. That addictive feeling you get? It's real. Your brain releases endorphins when you crack your joints, creating a literal addiction to the pop. You know that restless feeling when you just have to crack them? Like an itch you can't scratch? That's your brain hooked on a tiny dopamine hit. It's not just your joints getting loose. It's your willpower that takes a hit too. The really concerning part is when people start cracking their necks and backs constantly. You've got major blood vessels and nerves running through there. One wrong crack, and you could actually cause a stroke or pinch a nerve. I'm not trying to scare you, but there are documented cases of people having mini-strokes from aggressive neck cracking. Your joints are like precision instruments. They don't need you playing percussion with them all day long. The obsessive cracking can actually make you feel less flexible because your brain starts depending on that artificial release instead of natural movement. Number 8. Sleeping with your mouth open. You wake up feeling like you've been wandering through the Sahara Desert, right? Here's what's happening while you're unconscious. Your mouth becomes a freeway for bacteria. When you breathe through your mouth all night, you're bypassing your nose, which is basically your body's built-in air purifier and humidifier. Your nose has these incredible little hairs called cilia that filter out dust, pollen, and germs. It also warms and moisturizes the air before it hits your lungs. But when you mouth breathe, you're getting raw, unfiltered air straight to your respiratory system. This is why mouth breathers wake up with that disgusting morning breath that could knock out a horse. Your saliva, which normally fights bacteria, dries up completely, turning your mouth into a bacterial playground. And let's be real, that morning breath isn't just bad, it's an antisocial weapon. It's not just your breath, it's your confidence taking a hit every morning. But here's the really scary part. Chronic mouth breathing can actually change the shape of your face. Kids who mouth breathe develop longer, narrower faces with receding chins. Adults can develop sleep apnea, where you literally stop breathing multiple times during the night. Your brain gets less oxygen, which means you wake up feeling like you've been hit by a truck, even after 8 hours of sleep. It's like your brain is constantly running on 50% battery. How can you crush your day when your brain is suffocating itself all night? Some people walk around in a fog all day because they're essentially suffocating themselves every night. The fix? Mouth tape. I know, it sounds like something out of a horror movie, but trust me, gentle mouth tape forces you to breathe through your nose. Just make sure you can breathe through your nose before you try this, or you'll have a panic attack in the middle of the night. Number 7. Wearing flip-flops everywhere. Those flimsy pieces of rubber are basically foot torture devices in disguise. Think about it. Your feet have 26 bones, 33 joints, and over 100 muscles and ligaments. They're incredibly complex machines designed to carry you through life. And what do? We strap them into what's basically a glorified piece of cardboard. That satisfying slap, slap, slap feels like freedom, right? Until your feet start screaming at you by the end of the day. When you wear flip-flops, Your toes have to grip the shoe with every step to keep it from flying off. This creates a claw-like position that can lead to hammer toes, where your toes literally curl up permanently. I've seen people who can't wear normal shoes anymore because their toes are stuck in this weird claw position. Imagine wanting to wear those killer heels or stylish sneakers, but your toes are stuck in a permanent claw position from years of flip-flop abuse. It's not just pain, it's style sabotage. Your arch gets zero support, which means all that weight and impact is crushing your foot bones with every step. This can lead to plantar fasciitis, which feels like someone stabbing the bottom of your foot with a knife every morning when you get out of bed. Here's something that'll make you cringe. Flip-flops change your entire walking pattern. Your stride becomes shorter and choppier, which sends shockwaves up through your ankles, knees, hips, and even your back. People develop hip problems from wearing flip-flops too much. And let's talk about injuries. Your feet are completely exposed. One stubbed toe, one piece of glass, one dropped object, and you're heading to the emergency room. I know someone who lost a toenail because they dropped a can of soup while wearing flip-flops. The psychological aspect is weird too. People become addicted to the freedom feeling of flip-flops, but they're actually making their feet weaker and more dependent on support. That freedom feeling? It's a trap. You're actually making your feet weaker and more dependent, stripping them of their natural strength. Number 6. Excessive water drinking. Wait, what? I thought water was supposed to be good for you. Pause, here's the thing. You can literally drown yourself from the inside out. It's called water intoxication or hyponatremia, and it's more common than you think. Your body is like a perfectly balanced chemistry set, and when you throw off that balance, things get dangerous fast. We're bombarded with hydration goals on social media, apps telling us to chug, chug, chug. But what if chasing that perfect hydration actually becomes a silent killer? When you chug massive amounts of water, you're diluting your blood sodium levels. Sodium is what keeps your cells from turning into water balloons. Without enough sodium, your cells start swelling up like sponges, and when brain cells swell, you're in big trouble. It's scary because you're doing something you think is healthy, but it's quietly wrecking your system from the inside out. I remember this tragic case where a radio station had a water drinking contest called Hold Your Wee for a Wee. Contestants had to drink huge amounts of water without peeing. One woman drank almost 2 gallons and died from water intoxication. Her brain swelled so much it couldn't function. It's a tragic irony, trying to be healthy, but literally drowning your brain. The scary part is the symptoms sneak up on you. Headaches, nausea, confusion, and then suddenly you're having seizures. Marathon runners die from this because they think more water equals better performance. But they're literally drowning their brains. Your kidneys can only process about 1 liter of water per hour. Drink more than that, and you're asking for trouble. The 8 glasses a day rule is actually pretty arbitrary. You should drink when you're thirsty, not because some app told you to. Here's a simple test. Look at your pee. If it's pale yellow, you're hydrated. If it's clear, you might be overdoing it. Dark yellow means you need more fluids. Your body is smarter than any hydration app. Number 5. Using your phone on the toilet. Oh, come on, we all do this. But here's what's happening. You're basically creating a bacteria festival in your bathroom. Admit it, we all do it. That quick scroll, that just 1 more minute, turn into 20. But your phone isn't just a time waster. It's a biohazard in your bathroom. Every time you flush, invisible droplets of toilet water shoot up to 6 feet in the air. That's called toilet plume, and it's coating your phone in microscopic poop particles. Imagine microscopic poop particles having a rave on your screen. You're literally putting fecal matter on your face. Your phone screen has more bacteria than a toilet seat. Think about that next time you're scrolling through TikTok and then eating a sandwich. You're literally putting fecal matter near your face every time you take a call. But the real damage is happening to your body posture. When you hunch over your phone on the toilet, you're putting your pelvic floor muscles in a terrible position. These muscles are supposed to help you. Well, do your business efficiently. Sitting too long on the toilet can actually cause hemorrhoids, those painful swollen veins that make sitting feel like torture. Your blood pools in your lower body, and the pressure from sitting creates these inflamed, angry bumps that can bleed and itch. Plus, You're training your brain to associate bathroom time with entertainment, which can lead to constipation. Your body starts expecting to sit there for 20 minutes scrolling instead of just going. Some people develop smartphone constipation, where they literally can't poop without their phone. It's not just about germs, it's about conditioning your brain. Your body starts expecting entertainment for a basic bodily function. Welcome to smartphone constipation, where you literally can't go without your digital pacifier. The psychological dependency is real. People have panic attacks when they realize they forgot their phone in the bathroom. It's like we've turned one of our most basic biological functions into a social media session. Number 4, sleeping with your phone next to your head. That innocent little device is basically a miniature radiation tower. Your phone emits radio frequency electromagnetic fields, basically the same type of energy that microwaves use to heat food. Now, it's much weaker than a microwave, but you're exposing your brain to it for 6 to 8 hours every night, inches from your head. That glowing rectangle next to your head? It's not just a clock, it's a silent, invisible radiation tower, beaming directly into your brain for 8 hours a night. The World Health Organization actually classified cell phone radiation as possibly carcinogenic. That's the same category as lead in car exhaust. While we don't have definitive proof yet, do you really want to be the guinea pig in this experiment? But here's what we do know for sure. That blue light is absolutely destroying your sleep. Even when your phone is face down, it's still emitting light that your brain can detect through your closed eyelids. Your brain produces melatonin when it gets dark. That's your natural sleep hormone. But even tiny amounts of light can cut your melatonin production in half. It's like having someone constantly tapping you on the shoulder saying, "Wake up, wake up." Ever wake up feeling like you barely slept, even after 8 hours? Like your brain is stuck in quicksand? That's your phone silently sabotaging your deep sleep. The electromagnetic fields can also interfere with your REM sleep, the deep, restorative sleep where your brain processes memories and emotions. People who sleep next to their phones report more anxiety, depression, and difficulty concentrating. It's not just about future health risks. It's about robbing you of clarity, focus, and emotional peace right now. Here's a wild fact. Your phone is constantly pinging cell towers, even in airplane mode. Those electromagnetic pulses can actually interfere with your brain's electrical activity. Some people are so sensitive they can literally feel when their Wi-Fi is on. Number 3, cracking your back against chairs. That relief you feel is actually your spine crying for help. When you twist and push your back against a chair to get that satisfying crack, you're basically forcing your vertebrae into positions they weren't designed for. Your spine has natural curves that distribute weight evenly, but when you force it to crack, you're creating uneven pressure points. That satisfying crunch when you twist just right in your chair feels like sweet relief, doesn't it? Like you just unlocked a new level of comfort. But what if that relief is actually a scream for help from your spine? Each vertebra is separated by a disc. Think of it like a jelly donut filled with spinal fluid. When you crack your back forcefully, you're potentially pushing that jelly out of place, which can lead to disc herniation, where the disc bulges out and presses on your nerves. The temporary relief you feel is actually your body releasing endorphins. It's literally a drug-like response. This creates an addiction cycle where you need to crack your back more and more frequently to get the same relief. It's like a drug, that endorphin rush. You're training your body to need that crack instead of addressing the real problem, your posture. Here's what's really happening. Your back muscles are tight and weak from poor posture, so instead of strengthening them, you're taking the shortcut of cracking for temporary relief. But this actually makes the underlying problem worse. Over time, this can lead to hypermobility, where your joints become too loose and unstable. Some people crack their backs so much that their vertebrae start sliding around. This can cause chronic pain that's way worse than the original discomfort. Imagine chronic pain that's worse than the original stiffness, or worse, losing full mobility because you played chiropractor with your own back. The scary part is that you can actually fracture small bones in your spine from aggressive self-manipulation. There are documented cases of people paralyzing themselves by cracking their necks too hard. Your spine isn't a glow stick. It's not meant to be cracked for entertainment. You're literally forcing your body to deform itself for a temporary high. If you're feeling the need to crack your back constantly, it's your body telling you something is wrong with your posture or muscle strength. Number 2, wearing headphones for hours. Your ears are basically being tortured in stereo. Inside your ears are thousands of tiny hair cells that look like underwater plants swaying in the current. These delicate structures convert sound waves into electrical signals your brain can understand. But when you blast music, you're creating a hurricane in your inner ear. Crank up the volume. Feel that bass. It's your personal concert hall, right? But while you're headbanging, those tiny speakers are waging a silent war on your hearing cells. Those hair cells are like your hearing fingerprint. Once they're damaged, they're gone forever. Unlike other parts of your body that can heal, your inner ear hair cells don't regenerate. When they die, that frequency of hearing is just gone. The terrifying part is that hearing damage is completely silent and painless. You won't feel anything as your hearing slowly disappears. By the time you notice you're asking people to repeat themselves, the damage is already done. Imagine a world where conversations sound muffled, laughter is dulled, and your favorite songs are just static. Your hearing, once it's gone forever. It's not just about needing hearing aids. It's about missing out on the soundtrack of your life. Here's a shocking statistic. Many teenagers today have the hearing of 50-year-olds. We're creating a generation of young people who will need hearing aids before they're 30. The World Health Organization predicts that over 1 billion young people are at risk of hearing loss from unsafe listening practices. Will you be the 30-year-old with the hearing of a 50-year-old, wondering why you didn't turn it down? Your ears also have a built-in protection system called the acoustic reflex, muscles that tighten to protect your inner ear from loud sounds. But headphones bypass this system by delivering sound directly into your ear canal. The psychological addiction is real too. People develop volume creep, where they gradually increase the volume to get the same satisfaction. It's like a drug tolerance, but for your ears. Tinnitus, that ringing in your ears, is often the first sign of damage. Some people develop tinnitus, so severe they can't sleep or concentrate. Imagine having a smoke alarm going off in your head 24/7. Number 1, the pee-holding championship. Your bladder is not a water balloon. When you ignore your body's bathroom break signals, you're literally training your bladder to hold more than it should. Your bladder is a muscle, and like any muscle, if you overstretch it repeatedly, it loses its elasticity. You feel the urge, but you're in a meeting, stuck in traffic, or just too lazy to get up. You tell yourself, just a little longer, I can hold it. It's like a weird personal challenge, isn't it? But your bladder is not a water balloon to be stretched and tested. Think of your bladder like a balloon. Fill it up too much, too often, and eventually it won't snap back to its original shape. This can lead to incomplete emptying, where you can never fully empty your bladder. That leftover urine becomes a breeding ground for bacteria. That leftover pee? It's an all-inclusive resort for bacteria. And trust me, a UTI feels like peeing liquid fire. Urinary tract infections from holding your pee feel like peeing liquid fire. But here's the kicker. Chronic UTIs can actually travel up to your kidneys and cause permanent damage. Some people end up with kidney stones or kidney infections that require hospitalization. But it gets worse. It can travel up to your kidneys. And that is terrifying. Your pelvic floor muscles, the ones that help you control when you pee, also get confused when you constantly override their signals. Over time, this can lead to incontinence, where you lose control and pee yourself at inappropriate times. Imagine losing control, peeing yourself in the worst possible moment. That's the cruel joke your bladder plays on you after years of abuse. Here's something that'll make you think twice. Holding your pee can actually cause your bladder to rupture. While it's rare, there are documented cases of people's bladders literally exploding from holding it too long. The pressure builds up until the bladder wall tears. The psychological aspect is interesting too. People develop shy bladder syndrome, where they can't pee in public bathrooms, which makes the holding problem even worse. It becomes a vicious cycle of anxiety and physical discomfort. Your body sends you signals for a reason. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Don't turn your bathroom breaks into an endurance sport. That's all for today. I hope this opened your eyes to some habits you might want to reconsider. It's easy to dismiss these as just habits. But remember, they're slowly chipping away at your health, your energy, and even your peace of mind. The good news, you have the power to stop them. It starts today. Which habit are you ditching first? Share this video with someone you care about. Maybe it's the wake-up call they need. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more mind-blowing truths about your body.